this floor plan of fifth wheel that is just absolutely amazing. And let me just show it to you here. This is the Montana 377 FL. If you have not heard about this floor plan, you need to go online and check it out. But before you do that, watch this video, subscribe to the channel, let's get into it. Now up front, this does have a max turn front cap, so this is going to make it easier for you to make those tight turns if you do have a short bed truck. And you do have a windshield. Now as you see, you have a slide on this side and you have a slide on the other side here. This is going to be a front living floor plan. They do give you accent lights. Now this is going to be a wide body fifth wheel also, so you're going to have a little bit more interior space. And just, I can't wait to show you guys the inside of this RV. Now this pin box here is going to be a road armor, and this is going to help also with just going down the road towing your fifth wheel. So this is going to be your storage under the pin box. This is where you would put your batteries. It looks like you can get 2 batteries in here from what I can see. Now you can option this fifth wheel to have a generator. Now this one does not have that obviously, but take a look at how much storage you have in here. I mean, I can pretty much fit inside of here and probably take a nap. Now on the entry level side, you do have one small side for the front living, and it is a cable driven slide. And you have one propane tank on this side, and you're also going to have one on the driver's side too. You are going to have a 6-point auto leveling system on this RV too. Your furnace is on this side of the fifth wheel too, and it is through Dometic. Now one thing I will say is this RV is down in storage on the front, but this is a good thing, because if you're looking to tow something like this, you're probably going to have to get a dually, just being honest with you. But there's not a lot of storage inside of here. Now this does have a drop frame, so the storage is tall inside of here too, so it's something to consider. If you want to get bins, you can try to stack them to give you more stuff to put in this storage area. I love the fact that they're using these metal latches too. My latches are plastic, and I've mentioned in the past, if you want to break into it, it'd be very easy. Now they do give you power off to the side of your furnace, and you have a large awning on this side. Just one awning, which is good. And they give you some speakers up top too, one here and then one right here. They do put the wider step above steps on this fifth wheel. I have seen where they have narrower steps. I would strongly recommend, I've already fallen off mine, I'm not ashamed to tell you that. These steps are kind of dangerous, because if you aren't watching what you're doing and you step on the side of these, you are going to go flying. I mean, I've busted my behind a few times. Just be very careful. These steps are not my favorite. I prefer the other steps, the aluminum steps that come on RVs in the past, but just be careful with these steps. Take a look at where they put the front door. The front door is actually closer to the front of the RV, and this is probably a good spot because this gives you a lot of area here to camp and hang out outside. But I don't see where they put a outside television hookup here, which probably would be a good idea for something since you have all this wasted space. Now they do give you a place on the outside to put your spare tire. I have this on my fifth wheel. I love the BAL hide to spare. Something you should look into if you don't have this. So a few things that are different on this RV is that they do give you your hot water heater and your furnace on the entry side of the RV. Typically they put it on the other side, and this is going to be through Suburban, and it's going to be gas and electric. This fifth wheel is riding on 16-inch wheels, and it is going to have 7,000-pound axles too, and the wheels are riding on 235/80/16. It does also ride on an upgraded road armor suspension system through Lippert, and this is going to be standard also. While we're down here, as you guys saw at the front, you have a drop frame, and they also give you a drop frame on the rear of the trailer too. So we go inside this RV, you guys are going to pretty much see how much space you have inside of here. I mean, this RV feels big inside, guys. I cannot wait to show it to you. There's only 2 slides on the entry door slide, obviously the one up front, and you also have another cable driven slide in the rear. Now this is going to be for the bedroom. Now they give you storage on this slide too. So as you saw up front, you were down on storage. Well, they give you storage here, and out back you have storage too. Now what's good about this storage on the side of the RV and in the rear is that this kind of helps to keep a lot of that weight off the pin weight of your trailer. So I'll be honest with you guys, it would be very hard for me to justify towing this even with my truck, because I may not have enough payload capacity once you added all my family, my gear, and pin weight of this trailer. Man, this trailer's heavy, so keep that in mind. The small issue I see with this RV is how low the rear of the fifth wheel sits. So if you do have a steep driveway, or if you are going up a steep incline, it may bottom out. So just keep that in mind. Now out back, you guys can see that you have a straight roof. The roof just goes straight back. Normally it slants down, but on this one here, it doesn't do that. And that's mainly because you have a bunkhouse above your bedroom. And out back, they do give you prep for a camera and a ladder, obviously. Now, one thing they would need to start doing for me is adding LED lights to this RV. I mean, this is 2020, and I'm still not seeing that. Just below on the frame, they do put your 50 amp connection right here. On this side of the RV, I call this the driver's side. You do have two windows in the rear. You have this one for the bunk, and then this one's going to be for the bedroom. And this is going to be an exit window too. Now, just below, you have this little cap here. I didn't know what this was, but it does say a tank vent. So this is probably for your black tank, just to vent it out so you don't get any smells inside the RV. And they do give you a spot here to dump your 2 gray tanks and your black tank. I haven't really seen this too much in the past, but I'm sure there are RVs that have had this before. But this has 2 entry and exits for the RV. I don't think I've ever seen that before, and I love this. If you do have kids that want to play outside, you can let them choose a door to go in and out of. That way you don't have dirt coming in and out of the RV. Love that they did that. Very smart. And you do have 1 cable driven slide in the middle, which is going to be for your dinette. And this is just the other side of that slide that we saw out back. And then this is going to be the slide for the front, cable driven. And one thing I will say is I like when they put these rollers under here too. One of my viewers, I apologize, I don't remember who said it, but you mentioned that when your slide system or your cable driven slide went out, they put these rollers in to keep it from happening again. So that's pretty cool that they do that. Now this is going to be the other side of the storage. Don't be surprised about how big the door is, because half of it's going to be for your wet bay. But take a look on this side too. They do give you a light and they give you power on this side, which I like. Hard floor surface, I didn't mention that on that side. And you do have an inverter for your residential style refrigerator. Inside your wet bay, they do give you a light with the outside shower. And this is where you would winterize the RV. You do have some hookups for a television, city water connection, and you also have a tank flush, and your battery disconnect is inside of here too. Now, one thing I would like to point out that I love about this RV is that they do give you your low drain points inside of here. Now, one reason why this is good is because when you are using this in the winter time, you don't have to worry about this freezing up. So that's one cool thing I like about this. Now down here, they do give you a place to store your sewage hose too. Now I noticed that I did not see a place where you would fill your water up. So be sure to pause the video, take a look at this real quickly, okay? Now I just learned something new. Now you have city water connection, so all you have to do is just run your hoses obviously through here, connect here. Now if you want to fill up your freshwater tank, all you have to do is just turn this way, and you can stay connected to water while you fill up that tank. And once you're done, it looks as if you can just put it back there and you can stay connected to the city water. The reason why that's good is because right now, if you don't know, I'm living in my RV full time. I use my freshwater tank and my city water, but the only issue is I have to unplug from here because this is my longest hose, and I have to walk all the way back out back to fill that tank up. So this would be a lot better in my opinion to have something like this. So that's definitely really cool. Behind this door, you do have your auto leveling system, and as I mentioned, this is going to be 6-point. I love where they put this at because you have good line of sight if you are hooking up to your truck, especially if you plan on getting like what I have. I have the Reese Goose box. This will really help you see what you're doing. It's pretty cool they put it on the outside behind the door for you too. Now take a look at the numbers. As I mentioned, you do have 2 7,000-pound axles. Now this trailer has an unloaded vehicle weight of 13,100 pounds. Gross vehicle weight could be 16,460 pounds. And you have a cargo capacity, check that out, that's big numbers, 3,300 pounds. Now you can add dual pane windows, you can also add a generator. All those things are going to reduce that 3,300 pounds, so keep that in mind. Now let's go ahead and take a look on the inside so you guys can see how it looks. Man guys, the pros and cons about doing YouTube is that you start to fall in love with the floor plans. And I think that we love this floor plan. This is the first time we walked into an RV and we're like, this is it. Good job, Montana.
So as soon as you walk in, the first thing I notice is how wide and open it is. In some campers, even including our Keystone Cougar, it feels really cramped right when you walk in. This is very open. lots of places to store your shoes and other items. They even have bar stools that you can stick underneath this countertop.
Bar stools are right under the booth.
So they do give you a lot of cabinet space, which is my height. I really appreciate that. You also have all of your buttons and things to control the camper from there. And then you get a full-size residential fridge. So you feel like you never left home. And freezer.
And as you guys saw below, this does come with a 1,000-watt inverter too. One thing I want to point out is the accent lights. They do give you some switches around the RV to turn on some accent lights. They have some over here too. These do come in handy, so at night if you're walking by, you don't hit your knee or something like that on the side of the counter space here. And you do have a central vacuum cleaner just below. This really comes in handy. That is something I would put on my list if I was looking at RVs, just saying, because you don't have to tote around a big old vacuum cleaner or even a small vacuum cleaner. You just have a few hoses you can just throw under the RV and that's it.
This kitchen has a lot of cabinetry, has plenty of countertop space. You have so much space to store your items like an Instapot, a rice cooker, a crock pot, whatever that may be. You have the space for it. There's even large amounts of space under the sink.
Yes.
Along with the trash can, space for the trash can, and then all your drawers for your utensils and whatever else.
And they're pretty deep also.
This does have the roller shades as well. Little accent lights above the dining table with the little tiny tray ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
I think the thing that we like about this RV is the separation of space, so it just feels more like a home. So when you walk in, you're walking into the kitchen area, you can see the kitchen, the dining room, and then you step up into the living room area. This RV has a lot of open, natural light through all the windows. I love, absolutely adore this window at the front cap. This is also where the TV is, so it can raise, or you can set it down when you just want to enjoy the views of nature.
And up front, you do have two sofas that pull out into beds, and just more cabinetry, fireplace just below. And if you want to put something in here, you have a little additional storage in here to put something in your radio here. I like to show this now because I learned this not long ago. You can turn it completely off.
Also notice how high the ceilings go. It just feels like you're in an actual home. Another feature this RV has is a second entrance. So the reason why they put this is because when your slides are closed when you're traveling, you have zero access to this area once these slides are in. So if you want to, access your bathroom or your bedroom or your loft, I also like that it's on the opposite side of the other steps. So stepping into the bathroom, it is a pivoting door, and the high ceiling continues in here. So you don't have that cramped camper bathroom feeling. It just feels very expansive in here. The shower is a one-piece shower. So you step up into it, and you have skylight as well. And there's lots of cabinet space as well as countertop space, which is so nice to have in the bathroom.
So now guys, my wife's gonna walk up to the loft, and I want you guys to see the lighting that they put on the side of the steps too.
These are sensored lights, I believe.
Oh, yeah, they look like they are sensored. Wow.
So there is a lot more headspace than a typical camper loft. I actually love this camper so much, and if we weren't redoing our camper right now, I'd probably be swayed to get this one.
Yes.
Although it is really big. Justin will give you the specs at the end, but I love how much headspace is in this camper. I could see our kids having this be their room even as teenagers. Right now, our loft and even other lofts in campers are typically, I don't know, somewhere between like 12 and 24 inches. So you kind of have to do this number to even get inside. But as you can see, I can sit up perfectly fine on the mattress. And there's so much, again, just storage space for clothes, toys. And I love how they have the roller shades even up here. So each side gets a lot of natural light as well.
It looks like you have an area up here to store a television. And they give you USBs
on the
at
ceiling.
the top, on the ceiling, on both sides too, right? Yep, on that side too. Wow. Now this RV does have a whisper quiet AC unit too, but it looks like this one in here might be ducted for this area, because I'm pretty sure in the summertime it will get hot in here.
So far we've seen sleeping areas for 6 people so far. And we're not done yet. So we just got down from the loft, which is right above the master, and now we're going to step down into the master bedroom. Notice how they carried the wood floors into the master room. It just gives it the feel of having more space, it being wider, bigger, cleaner. And they give you a cool, wood pattern back there instead of the typical headboard. This is a king size bed. You do have a lot of closet space.
Wow.
With a shelf up top.
Oh, that is pretty, wow, that's pretty wide too.
Now it's not as long, but you could just fold your clothes in half.
And they have a sensor light in here too.
And then you also have a dresser with even more storage. Big one down below. Again, lots of natural light. And then you also have a prep for a washer and dryer over here, or just extra storage space if you're not going to get a washer and dryer.
Wow, it's pretty deep too, guys. This is probably more so for storage. You could put a rail in here to put more clothes and just take out that divider. One thing to point out too is this is where you'd have to put your television, so just keep that in mind. And you do have a place to control your AC unit inside the bedroom. Only thing I would like to see from Montana is for them to add an in-command system or some type of system that you can use on your phone. That does come in handy. We had someone painting our RV this week, and it got really cold in there, so I could actually turn on the AC or the heat from my phone from where I was at. So it's really cool, something to really consider if you're looking to RV, guys. And really quickly, this is kind of why I prefer to have the in-command system, is because all these things you can also check on your phone, and you can turn on all these lights. Like if you want to turn on your hitch light up there or your porch light, all these things can be controlled by your phone, even putting in the slides. So that's something I would just like to see from them. And then just down here, this will be the area where you can check all your breakers and your fuses. So if you have any issues, this is where you would come. And it looks like they have a few additional places that you can put things. So if you need to wire something else, you can have it all connected into here. But guys, this is a really good floor plan. I love, and I don't think I've ever said this, but I absolutely love front living fifth wheels. As our kids get older and as they move out of the house, if we decide that we still want to do RVing, I mean, I will more than likely have a front living fifth wheel. And one thing I forgot to mention is because the bedroom is out back, it stays probably like 3 or 4 degrees cooler because you do have that area up top. So it feels kind of cool, chilly back there. Now up top where the bunkhouse is, it is warm. So keep that in mind. Alright, so really quickly, I want to show you the floor plan for the 377 FL. Now this does have an 18 cubic feet residential style refrigerator, as you saw. There is a 376, and the only difference I could see is that that one has a smaller refrigerator. So taking a look at the numbers down here, as you saw on the RV that we looked at, it did have a gross vehicle weight of 16,640 pounds. The cargo carrying capacity was slightly lower at 3,300 pounds. One thing I would strongly recommend is if you are looking at something this big, I would probably take the hitch weight off of the GVWR. So you take 16,640 pounds, multiply that by 20%, and that's going to give you 3,300 pounds. I would say that because this is a front living and there is storage up front and there's storage in the basement area, you're going to probably increase that, especially if you add a generator to this. So just keep that in mind. I would probably lean towards a dually for something this big. I mean, my truck would probably have a problem staying within the limits to tow something this big. Now, this is a 42-foot long fifth wheel. It's about 13 foot 4 inches high, and it does have decent sized water tanks. Some of the options I would strongly recommend is looking at the dinette. I do like the dinette a little bit better because you can move it around more. If you decide you don't want it anymore, you can take it out and do something yourself. One option I would also recommend is getting the slide out awnings. If it's raining outside and you're breaking down your campsite, as you pull those slides in, if there's water on them, that water's coming in. You have 4 slides on this big boy, so I would strongly recommend protecting those slides by putting these slide awnings on there and consider even getting a generator ready package. I'm not sure, so if you are in a market for something like this, if you don't want the generator, because this is a very expensive option, there's cheaper options out there obviously, but if they can add something like this so that way all you have to do is just add your generator, I would strongly recommend doing that if that's a possibility. So if you're in the market for this RV, ask if they can do that for you. Last thing I'm going to show you guys, this is a dealer I went to. We actually bought our RV from here. Really good dealership. They have no hidden fees. The MSRP on this RV is $82,785. I don't see any discounts, and that's probably because this floor plan is new, and I know that there's a lot of people in the market for it. You know, that's based off what the dealership was telling me. So if you are looking to buy something like this, you might need to sharpen your pencil to get these guys to come down the price for you. But thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful, and I'll see you soon.